valuation and property tax position. We have removed the bus from him. Just minor tracks left, so I'm sure he can handle some more pressure. Okay, so can we give him a round of applause?
Now I'd just like to note on the lighter side, Tuesday we're going to be representing Cedric myself. Yeah. Now this paper, I do the first half, he normally will do the second half. And after we present him, he said, boy, the deal with the public is one thing, but to meet Mr. Thompson and Subran and Fran Linden is the next. He said, I going first, you going last. No problem, sir. Okay, as we go into the paper, just would like to point out something Mr. Thompson said at the start. In terms of the ISTT's property tax position paper, don't do that. What we would like to note at the beginning, the land and building tax system, which is property tax, came after, has been one of the longest taxation systems since independence in 1955. Alright, in terms of what Mr. Thompson said in question and answer with Senate, he discussed concerning Bloomsbury Road. Now what happened in about 1084 to 86, the King of England decided that he would like to know, after the conquest in the 1000th century, what he owns, how much he can collect in order to buffer his wealth. And so the first attempt of that was done in England and parts of Wales, known as the Bloomsbury Road, as Mr. Thompson would say. Again, in the latter half of the 1800s, known as the modern Bloomsbury Roads, another one was done then by Her Majesty. Coming now to Trinidad and Tobago, we have the land and building tax system, and now we're going to property tax. We're looking at attempts at reform. You all have heard Mr. Thompson again. He spoke about the Corp's report, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but as well as other parts of the Caribbean. He was tasked by the UN in 1963 to review our land and building taxation system. Out of that, we actually had our Valuation of Land Act. Now check up in. The Valuation of Land Act. Everybody will hear in the media everywhere speaking about Property Tax Act 2009, Property Tax Act 2009. The most important act is actually the Valuation of Land Act 1969 as amended along with the Property Tax Act when it came into being in 2009. Now in 1969, this was based on the valuation of land and improvements on a site value / land value basis. Further again in 1970, there was another attempt at reform whereby it is the assessors from the Revenue Office as well as the COV Commissioner of Valuation decided to look at a substantial, an increase. This led to protests in and around Port of Spain, and this reform was actually cancelled. Other areas, Mr. Thompson, not only slide we have spoken about, I think is a REMA, where he would have done some work, and that again was pushed on. 1978, we had the COM report. This was basically based on pure site value approach, similar to what it is Corp's recommended. You land alone and you make up the valuation rule based on that. 1991, importantly, the heterodoxy report, titled Property Taxation in Trinidad and Tobago. It recommended that the country revalue and reform its system. This, he said, it should be based on improved capital value approach and based on market value of the property as a whole. What you'll note in 1994, after the comprehensive review, cabinets accepted this proposal. Out of the Property Tax Act, which is more in line with what heterodoxy approach, we have the PTA 2009 as we refer to it. Now many persons are saying if someone is incapacitated, they have a parcel of land. I believe one of my colleagues in one of our earlier presentations last month noted if someone is not of mental sound, pensioners are the exemptions. Yes, there are exemptions in the Act. Section 16(1) for those of our colleagues who are also attorneys, there are exemptions as well. It states churches, chapels, places of worship, religious denominations, cemeteries, burial grounds. But note, land or property owned by these organizations but rented to organizations other than these bodies will be taxed. School buildings, offices, playgrounds, schools along with lands used in connection with a place of learning that is maintained for educational, philanthropic or religious purposes. Land owned, occupied and used exclusively, the word exclusively, by an incorporated charitable organization, institution. Land of a designated class that is declared by the minister to be exempted wholly or partially from taxation under the Act. So the minister will power in that case. Land belonging to an occupation of the state or its servants, a statutory authority or state enterprise controlled by the state for a public purpose, 51% and above. Land used for the purposes of public hospitals, asylums, almshouses, institutions for the release of poor, whether publicly or privately administered. Land belonging to UE as well as the Council of Legal Education. Further, land owned occupied by a foreign government or international organization of which Trinidad and Tobago is a member, as well as land belonging to a tertiary learning institution owned or managed by the State University of Trinidad and Tobago, CUSTAT, as well as USC. Assessment. Property Tax Act or the PTA uses the ATV, annual taxable value, ATV of an improved property, land with a building or machinery standing upon it as its basis of taxation. Using the ATV, the ARV or the annual rental value is derived, which is the annual amount for which a property can be let for an open market in order to determine the property tax liability that the owner has to pay. This assumes that all properties are vacant and available for rent. Now, two things to note. Before I go into the aspect of why do I have to rent, why is it based on aspect of rental value, or although I do not rent my property. Before I go there, in terms of owner, as I noted to you, the property tax liability that owner has to pay. Although, this is my opinion, although it is of the belief that the intention was actually to gather sums from squatters, based on the Valuation of Land Act as amended in 2009, an owner/occupier must be someone with a legal instrument. So, on that basis, I am of the opinion that a squatter should not pay property tax and legally cannot fall within the valuation law to pay property tax. In terms of contention, valuers will tell you, if you are looking to determine a value, or those of you who are probably now coming out of school, your yield, your rental value, your capital values, they are synonymous with each other in order to work out either your yield, come to your rental value, or your capital value. So at least nothing new. There's one case I remember, Lord Denning, in basically discussing that aspect of it in Privy Council. He basically said valuation is either art or science, but the valuer looks up into the sky to the right value. And I noted again, he's a very contentious Lord on the Privy Council back then. Go ahead. No problem. Rates of tax. According to Schedule 1 of the PTA 2009, residential properties 3%, commercial properties 5%, house, plant and machinery 6%, plant and machinery not housed in a building 3%, agricultural land 1%. Vacant land. This is based, the ARV is based on Schedule 1 as set out in the VL, Valuation of Land Act, as amended 2009. So here, agricultural, 2% of the capital value of the lands and any agricultural buildings they own. Residential, vacant land, 3.5% of the capital value. Commercial, vacant land, 5.5% of the capital value. And industrial, vacant land, 5% of capital value. Examples of computations. First example. Say for a home with an estimated monthly rental value of $3,500, the ARV, annual rental value is $42,000. After deducting 10% for voids, the ATV is $37,800. At 3%, the annual property tax liability is $1,134 and monthly sum of $94.50. For a villa with an estimated monthly rental value of $12,000, the ARV is $144. After deducting 10% for voids, the ATV is $129,600. At 3%, property tax liability annually is $3,888 or monthly $324. Commercial property. For a property with an estimated monthly rental value of $10,000, the ARV is $120. After deducting for voids, the ATV is $108. At 5%, the annual property tax liability is $5,400. A monthly sum of $450. For a villa with an estimated monthly rental value of $40,000, the ARV is $480,000. After deducting 10% for voids, the ATV is $432,000. At 5%, the annual property tax liability is $21,600. It's a monthly sum of $1,800. Agricultural property. The ATV is calculated to be 2% of the estimated market value of the property. For an agricultural property with a market value of $600,000, ATV will be $12,000. At 1%, the annual property tax liability is $120, a monthly sum of $10. Industrial machinery housed in a building, as well as not housed in a building. The ATV is calculated to be 6% of the installed cost of the plant and machinery plus the cost of the structures within which they are housed. In the case of an industrial property with a total installed cost of $3 million, the ATV is $180,000. At 6%, the annual property tax liability is $10,800. That is a monthly sum of $900. For not housed, the ATV is calculated to be 3% of the installed cost of the plant and machinery. At $3 million, the ATV is $90,000. At 6%, the annual property tax liability is $5,400. That is a monthly bill of $450. Now, I would also like to, as I'm here, just check it up in for afterwards. Because in terms of industrial machinery, when you are doing this sort of valuation, valuers also like to depend on what is in the register in terms of the values at a point in time. Also, they like to depend on our favorite colleagues, quantity surveyors. Because I hear a quantity surveyor colleague who will say yesterday, this does not pertain to us. Yes, it does. So I'll just like to ask, just throwing up in if it is the assistance of the QSs will be used in terms of dealing with these plant machinery. Because to my opinion, yeah, they would be most suited to assist the value in this aspect. Vacant residential land. For a parcel of vacant residential land with an estimated capital value of $400,000, at 3.5%, the ATV is $14,000. A monthly property tax liability of $35. For a parcel of vacant residential land with an estimated capital value of 1.5, at 3.5%, the ATV is $52,500. A monthly property tax liability of $131.25. So this is basically residential country comparison. Although you may see US dollars, each country it's basically based on 600 at the top in the US, 600, US, Canada, this would be Canadian, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Jamaica, here in the national currency. So looking at the US, we're looking at New York in terms of Central Harlem, Chelsea, East Harlem, Long Island, Brooklyn. You're seeing the property tax they pay on a US 600,000 varies between $3,762 to $11,550 US dollars. Try the conversion to TT at present. Florida, we have Dade County, Key West, Doral, Ocala. Their property tax liability varies between $4,392 to a little above $7,600. We're going to Canada, we have Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, Burlington, North Irvine, and rural areas in Burlington. And you basically see how it fluctuates throughout Canada, these areas in Canada between 4,000 to about $6,600 thereabouts. Barbados in Lawrence Gap, 2,700. Barbadian, Jamaica, Negril, 8,005. Trinidad and Tobago, vacant land, 600,000. We're looking at around $630. Trinidad and Tobago, let's say a property 1.5 with a monthly rental of about 10,000 and ARV of 120,000. Property tax liability will be $3,240. penalties for non-payment of taxes. Some of us younger folks will basically have to depend on the older heads, because I remember I probably was about 7 or 8. In terms of warrants of forfeiture, to my recollection, I remember seeing one where I grew up, Wasaki see someone property. That is the only time since I know myself to actually see that happen. In terms of the old land and building taxes system, it actually existed inside of it. And if you are doing your research as a land surveyor, or even as a valuer, you will realize warrants of forfeiture was something common back then. You had to pay your land and building taxes. If you did not, your property was put up for auction, or it basically was forfeited. Similarly, like if you don't pay your mortgage in bank. If amount due is unpaid, a further 10% of the amount of tax due and an interest rate of 15% per annum is applied to the outstanding sum. So this here lays out the percentages in terms of non-payment. If the outstanding payment is not made within 6 months of it becoming due and notice of demand is sent to the owner of the land. If the outstanding payment is not made within 12 months of it becoming due and the BIR has served a notice of demand, the distress may be levied upon the goods chattels and effects of the owner or upon the goods chattels and effects being upon the said lands, owner occupied by the tenant or occupier of the lands. 4. The owner has 4 days to clear the levy and incidental costs. If not clear, the property may be sold and costs and charges of the distress and the tax amount due is deducted first from the proceeds of sale and the rest is payable to the owner on demand. 5 years due unpaid tax. The President may issue a warrant for forfeiture to the state. The President may, upon a petition of any person being owner of or having any right to or interest in any property forfeited, grant the property or such right or interest therein as he may be just. 6. Where any land has been unoccupied and unassessed for taxation for a period of 16 years, the President may issue a warrant which orders that a property be forfeited to the state. So, I can give you an example in my family. My grandfather called me, I think it was Christmas time. He said, Esric, I want to see you. I said, why is that, Grandpa? He said, well, here what it is doing. Now, come up and see me. He lives up Lancashire. Grandfather is about 92, 93 years. And when I went to see him, he said, here what is going on. You see this collateral sheet here? You see this parcel of land here? And you see this parcel of land here? And you see that parcel of land here? That was my grandfather's property. You see, being wayward as he was, because his grandfather had 60 children. You see, almost more than that shares his grandfather had 60 children. His father had about 25 children. I'm coming to it. And he is showing me these properties. And he said, Esric, I don't want these, if certain things happen to me. I'm basically showing it to you. Your mom is the oldest of all of my children, and see how it is you can basically read these things so far. And when I basically spoke to someone and did my research, no land and building taxes were paid on property since 1962, none of those properties. And those properties are basically what you call miners property, because you're looking at about 4 or 5 generations back that I have to deal with. In that case, luckily we went to visit the properties, no one has occupied and taken adverse possession. Now locally in Trinidad and Tobago, adverse possession is 16 years. According to the Property Tax Act, it also applies in terms of the 16 years for if it's unpaid. So what that will allow is persons to basically pay for properties if you do not properly administer your estate. It comes back to the state to be redistributed for economic gain. And that does not only fall for Trinidad and Tobago according to exclusive economic zone. which defined Trinidad and Tobago as an archipelagic state in 1992. It goes to the extent of 200 nautical miles. The need for a supporting framework. I know Sunil as well as Carleen would have touched on this aspect of it, so I'm basically not going into it. Further down, I'm not sure how it is the COV can say in terms of the capacity and evaluation division at present. Not only finance but also human. And they're in the process in terms of with the VRF forms to develop and update evaluation rule. Obstacles to implementation, salience, property tax. So I'll touch on some of these in terms of more visible and perceived as a burden. And you're looking at coupling property tax with local government services. So if it is, you see, the roads being paved every year and not, as my colleague here said, always at election time, you will gladly pay your property tax. He also touched, and in his presentation, he touched on in terms of the salary reduction and phase increases over a number of periods. This aspect of it where some taxpayers do not receive a substantial income. Where it's here is stated to defer the tax and place a lien on the property to be paid off upon transfer. This is basically stated in the Act, whereby it is, if it is someone is distressed, example a pensioner, cannot pay the property tax, they apply to, I think it's the minister or the commissioner of BIR for relief. And that amount is basically passed on the property until the property is ready to be transferred. If it is to be as a gift, next generation basically has to clear the amount owed to the state before the transfer is properly executed. Phase increases over a number of reassessment periods. You have 3 potentially large variations in taxes due to volatile property markets. So they'll touch on this, so I'm basically not going into that. Obstacles to implementation. Looking at taxpayers may oppose the system due to disagreement or misunderstanding the tax base. Further public education campaigns. I know my colleagues in the Valuation Division, they are on that. That's correct. We are not authorized to say anything. So it's basically public consultation. Effective appeals process. The Act allows for an effective appeals process, although some may say there is room for wiggling, and phased increases over assessment periods. Summary of recommendations according to the ISTT. Public education drives and stakeholder consultation. Tax administration must be transparent in terms of, instead of consolidated by central government and consolidated fund, basically go towards being managed by local government. Integrate property database with graphical cadastre. Build capacity at valuation division. Update the valuation role at regular periods. Also, the revenue should be reinvested in services and infrastructure. Phase large increases over a number of assessment periods and develop effective appeal process. Thank you. Now, before you start, I already told Mr. Lalu that how it is, I mean, showing my to him, but I go to ride bus myself.
Just before we start, given that we are finished with the presentations, we would invite from everyone, so all the presenters, inclusive of Mr. Huggins. So, go ahead.
My question is, how does one determine the annual or the monthly rental value of a property?
My answer to that, if you are not a valuer professional, the state is not supposed to hold you liable to that legal blank. Submit as much information as you can and legal blank. Because if you are not renting your property and you do not know what is the prevailing market rent in the area, you will not be able to put that information.
So if you put a lower value?
If you put a lower value, as I told somebody, a guy told me, he said, 2 examples. One said, oh, I'm basically going to put 0 for everything on not applicable. And the other one said, he's living in an upscale area and he's going to take a picture of probably a side outhouse or something. Marlene, Rick, Banyo, I'm very sure they're going to visit you.
I'd just like to add something to that. That section of the return form is meant to give you the opportunity to see. I suppose they did it as a pre-objection kind of thing, where it's you say up front what you think it is worth.
No.
Well, I don't know. I assume it is to give citizens the opportunity to say what you think the property is worth.
I mean, I had the opportunity to sit down with the commercial valuations, and in that section, don't assess it because you don't know how the valuation division is going to assess it, and maybe it's best just to put under that section to be determined by the Commission of Valuations or to be determined by the valuation division. All right, that's the advice we are giving on the matter. What I want to ask Mr. Esric Huggins, if you have a property that is rented, it is furnished or is unfurnished, do you include or exclude the furnishings? That should be an easy one to answer. And the second thing, if you rented it on IRT terms or FRI terms, how do you distinguish between the two? Over to you.
That's actually not a new question. In terms of answering the second one first. In terms of the second one, in terms of the IRI.
Are IRT internal repairing terms or FRI full repairing and insuring terms?
In terms of the IRI or IRT, it's basically stated normally in the lease. If it's not stated in the lease, I believe the landlord should pay. Also, FRI should be stated in the lease, which actually allows the landlord to basically pay for it. If it's not stated in the lease, again the landlord will pay. So it's basically what are the terms within the lease that actually affects who pays the property tax.
No, it's not to pay property tax, but the rent you put down, you calculate to determine the ATV. You should be doing it on a particular basis. I think we have to silent. We have to silent on it.
You have to silent on the whole of the calculation.
The calculation of that. And with respect to a commercial property, where some commercial properties they charge a CAM charge, I don't believe CAM is rent. Alright? And I think you should.
CAM neither service charges rent. CAM meaning common area maintenance fee that you can pay if you are living in an area such as one urban place or villas. You pay a common area maintenance fee for persons who don't know what is the meaning of CAM. Also, a service charge is totally different from it.
And with the furnished and unfurnished, I think it's an unfurnished rental.
I am in agreement with you in terms of that, but it's also based on what is in lease. Because strangely enough in Trinidad and Tobago, you may have a lease, a commercial lease, for example, I'll start the commercial side of it, where the property is being rented for $17,500 a month to the tenants, and lo and behold, tenant is paying an additional $500 for 5 car parking spaces. So the actual rent within the contained walls that they occupy is $15,000, but $2,500 consists of the parking space that they are actually utilizing. In terms of the residential aspect of it, most properties here deal with unfurnished rentals. Or you may have some who may give you it as a premium as furnished, but it's basically it's an incentive, but the market rent will be the same.
So if I'm filling out a form and I have a property that's rented, and I say I am declaring in the form and I'm getting $5,000 a month, I should put whether it's furnished or unfurnished, whether it's semi-furnished or unfurnished. Correct?
I believe so. Well, that's the opinion of us, but the layman in the public, it doesn't matter to them.
And the gentleman to my right can't speak, right?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I was trying my best not to have to comment this afternoon, but I just want to make a couple of suggestions. First and foremost, I want to compliment the ISTT on trying to educate its professional membership and try to seek answers to the questions that have been asked of you as professional advisors to your clients. And what I would suggest is that all of our concerns, issues, and questions we collectively collated, probably submitted by email to one of the ISTT members, and an official position and an official presentation be made by the ISTT, writing to the Ministry of Finance. You can copy it to the Commissioner of Valuation's office, but writing to the Ministry of Finance asking for clarity in respect of these very pressing issues. So, because at a forum like this, it will be very difficult to try to go through the crowd and answer every question that each of you may have. Some of the very detailed analyses have not actually been fully explored. So, Lyndon's question about the full repairing and internal lease as opposed to a semi-furnished and unfurnished, those have not been trashed out in its extent as yet. But as Esric hinted to, the details of each property, the characteristics of each property will really guide that particular property's valuation. So for example, in the case where it is fully furnished linen, that property can attract or can demand of the market a particular rent because of the fact that it is fully furnished, and therefore the tax that may be associated with it could be perceived on one hand to be calculated based on that fully furnished rent. On the other hand, if rental is treated from the point of view with commercial leases, for example, it is normally, commercial leases are normally done in such a way that the rental is based on a shell, and the tenant will then furnish to suit and partition to suit the needs of the tenant. So it's something that needs to be standardized, and as I said, the official position of the ministry will only be able to come out if questions like these are asked in a written capacity of the ministry, and probably we can do some publication via the newspapers as well as via having continued professional seminars such as this, so that the message can be conveyed to the Trinidad and Tobago public. Just wanted to add a little comment. Policy matters. A lot of you are interested in how much tax you're going to pay and why it is that this percentage, your percentage that is applied to move from residential to your rate of tax. All matters concerning policy really ought to be addressed to your member of parliament, your political representative, because they are the people who have made the decisions in regard to policy. So 3% for residential and 5% for commercial, those are the policy makers' decisions. And again, you're going to have to petition, I would suggest on a collective basis on the ISTT letterhead, petition your members to ask them why, or why was it not considered for an alternative. Many suggestions have been made to the policy makers in terms of possibly having transitional applications to the tax, or start at a low rate, increase it incrementally over the period, so that will lessen the burden on the taxpayer. Those are really issues that cannot be dealt with in an official capacity by members of the Valuation Division. It has to be that it will be dealt with at a policymaker's level. That being said, I must emphasize that the backbone of any good property tax system has to be the valuation of the properties that form part of its tax base. So the valuation aspect, which precedes the taxation aspect, is the most critical phase for Trinidad and Tobago right now. Without us doing the valuations and without us producing a valuation rule, there will be no bills to send to you to argue about how much money to pay. So the clarity that is required for the public right now is clarity in understanding how do I get to my ARV? What was the criteria, what are the factors, what was considered, what was not considered, whether or not I am eligible, because there are issues in the law that there are disconnects between the two pieces of legislation. So we will need legal opinions, but again, these questions need to be raised in an official capacity through the Ministry of Finance to get official and widespread understanding of the intent behind the law, as well as the position of the policymakers on what this tax will really impose on its citizenry. And finally, well, actually I mentioned this before, I was just jotting a couple of notes while the presentation was going on. Let me just once again say it. I really think that the ISTT has had many, many valuable contributions. I know Mr. Murchison, for example, called me and asked me, he said, why are the people at the district revenue offices not trained to know how to read survey plans and to interpret a lease and to understand about the details of difference between certificate of title and old law deeds? Those are good suggestions. I didn't have an answer for him, but what I'm suggesting is that if the ISTT not only writes to say these are our questions, but also offers itself as a service provider, because it comprises of so many educated, the wide range of surveyors that can offer that particular form of education. It can offer itself to the ministry and say, listen, we will be happy to hold a land surveying seminar for your staff to explain to them all of the important aspects of a particular survey plan, what you will be looking for when people are submitting their documents, if it were that they were submitting to the district revenue office, for example, and so on and so forth. Let the ISTT use this opportunity as a stepping stone to establish itself as the professional body that it wants to be, that it represents the professions in the surveying discipline for the Trinidad and Tobago, and let the ministry acknowledge it as that professional body, as we all acknowledge the RICS, for example, as the professional body externally. Let the Trinidad and Tobago public be aware of the ISTT as a local professional body, which comprises professionals that may be able to assist their clients. So you all can market yourselves, but you need to do it in a structured and organized form. Unfortunately, it can't be via phone calls to individual officers throughout the public service who you may have relationships with, because your voice will not be heard in the way that it ought to be heard and will receive the attention that it ought to receive. So, in closing, again, it was a pleasure being here, and I must compliment the presenters on their effort and the ISTT for its organization. And as a member, I hope that you all will treat with the members of the Valuation Division with patience, cooperation, and understanding, because this is a very tedious and it is expected to be a lengthy process. Mr. Thompson will verify this, but this is the reason Valuation Division was created. In 1969, when they envisaged it, up until when the Act was enforced in 1967, sorry, up until when the Act became law in July 1970, the division was envisaged to create a valuation role for Trinidad and Tobago. And today, how many years later, we have not been able to do it. This is the opportunity for Trinidad and Tobago to do it, and it will be widely beneficial to the entire society. The cross-link with the National Spatial Data Committee, the cross-link with the Registrar General. This is the way that Trinidad goes forward into the realm of geographic information system and proper decision making. And I know that at the end of it, people are most concerned with what will it cost them, how much they're going to have to pay. But look at the benefits in the long term of how decisions that will be made in the future, planning decisions, zoning decisions, even doing a chart such as ISO vals. So different communities will show up with different values. If you use a GIS or some sort of buffering application, you see nice little circles identifying areas of common value. Those are some of the benefits that we can reap from this if this project is successful. And it really requires that the professionals in the entire wider community support and work with us to get it off the ground. So thanks again. I didn't want to hijack the meeting. And I guess I'm going to have a lot of correspondence with you guys, so I look forward to it. Cheers.
Unfortunately, Mr. Huggins, I will have no questions for you. But I am listening to some comments behind me, and it tells me that a lot of people didn't know what has been going on in Trinidad for the last probably century. I hear people talking about losing their homes to taxes. That was a prominent column in the Trinidad Guardian until quite recently. The City Council, just about after every monthly meeting, published the list of properties that have been put on for sale for non-payment of rates. That is not anything new to the Property Tax Act. It's just a conversion from what it was. In fact, it's a relaxation. Under the land and building taxes, if you didn't pay taxes for 1 year, the government could have taken it. Under this act, it's 5. Under the land, under the Corporation Act of 1991, the corporations were given 2. Again, it's now 5. It's relaxed. So that we're not really breaking new ground in terms of penalizing people for the non-payment of taxes. What we've been doing over the last 100 years is not collecting what we were entitled to collect.
It is nice to hear Mr. Thompson talk about that, but while we talk about taking liens on people's properties, we have 1,000,001 people all about the place, squatting on state and paying absolutely nothing. Okay?
And so I noticed that Esric made a dogmatic statement on that. I am not too sure. I'll have to read the act more carefully again. But certainly in one of the versions leading up to the act, and I've been privy to about 3 versions before it came out, the statement was made clearly that the payment of tax does not confer any proprietary rights on the taxpayer, which seems to me to suggest that there will be people paying taxes who don't own the land. And, but I will read the act again more closely.
Let me just answer Mr. Thompson now. In terms of, in terms of squatters, I believe it probably was the intention. But no offense to our esteemed legal minds or colleagues, seeing one in the audience. Because of the Valuation of Land Act, to my opinion, that may not materialize. And I hope it's probably materialized sometime later in the future, because if the aim is to probably develop some of these sites, the rightful thing would be to obtain some sort of monies from the squatters in order to assist in the elevation of the costs to bring these sites up to standard. Additionally, under the form of the old Land and Building Act, the state have a policy that it does not refuse revenue. So although you are not the owner of the land, and RIA is eyeing your piece of land, RIA walking every 2nd of January, as was done under the old form of the act, and pay money on your land. And lo and behold, Mr. Pierre, you decide to lapse for probably a period of years. And RIA then starts a process of adverse possession. So it's actually not something new. It's actually something my family experienced. We won our side, I know of 1 or 2 persons that we lost in terms of that, but it's persons actually I know on land, unknowns to us. And there was in one instance where my father went to pay. And the guy was standing up behind my father in line, paying for the same parcel around. So it's nothing new actually.
That one on the 60, right?
That was the mom's side, the father's side, and
Someone else have a question?
Two questions. The first one is, when are we supposed to start paying the tax? And when this year are we expected to start paying?
If it was up to your Honorable Finance Minister last year, the Act says, as at, I believe it is section 17, that a notice of assessment has to be served by March 31st. Now, I don't know how the interpretation of that is going to play out, but my thinking is that as the deadline has already passed for this year, it's March, I'm sure about this. And that is gone already. So my thinking, and I could be wrong, is that if they were to follow the Act without being served an injunction by the many people who are waiting to serve an injunction, is that they have to wait for next year, to serve notice of assessment for March 31st of 2018 to bring in the tax as of 2018, not this year. But we are yet to see. I wouldn't be surprised if you come in here, yes, you have to pay tax now, and last year too. I wouldn't be surprised. And then we will see the lineup of attorneys waiting to serve them with action. Right? But as far as the Act goes, it is very clear that the state must serve notice of assessment. And a notice of assessment means that you have already assessed the property. You are now serving a return. You are now starting a data acquisition process. How you can tell me you are now starting to acquire data, now starting to hire assessors, seek to train the assessors, but want to start taxes here is madness. Right? They have to do an assessment to serve an assessment notice. So that has to come in all the way from March 31st. That's my thing.
The second question is, how valuations on properties, on residential properties where there is no clearly defined area, square footage. There are properties that have no clearly defined area prepared by attorneys, no survey plan, no survey.
Sorry, can I quite get a question?
How do you determine the value of a property? Alright. How does the valuation division determine the value of a property for purposes of tax payment or tax assessment, where there's residential property, where there's no fixed area, no defined area?
I don't know. That's a question for valuation division. Before I get to that, to address the point, section 19 of the Property Tax Act allows for the state to charge tax on properties that were not on the assessment roll a year before. That only applies, that section 19 only applies to property that is not on the assessment roll.
Not on the assessment roll, right?
And that is why they will end up in court. That is the justification. If they use the justification that, yeah, we now have an assessment roll, so if they want to rely on section 19 to say no property was on the assessment roll, so we are legitimately and legally allowed to use section 19, which clearly was not meant for that purpose, then we are going to end up in court. I can see that from now.
No, the answer is that we're assigning curtilage to the building. And having assigned that curtilage to the building, you will then have to object. And when you object, you will produce the necessary documents. Whatever.
One comment and the other concern was just my sister. But the comment is that there are ways of calculating the annual rental value, which are regularly by valuers. Sometimes you do look up in clouds. I wonder why and how am I going to have this particular property, but there are established means and ways of calculating the annual rental value. The second concern I had was just like here by Mr. which is the concern about you start a process of having find people to be assessed taxation without having a method or means and a calculation by which to actually determine the answer. That was my concern. You cannot put the car before the horse. You know, so that was my consideration.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just to add to what my colleague has just mentioned on the car before the host. We are all gathered here discussing about property tax, different means, different ways, information that is going to be passed back and forth within different aspects of between government, between finance, between valuation division, between evaluators. Now, before they have implemented this property tax to the public, a forum like this should have been done. That all information between every party should have been passed, everything that has been should have been documented, come about and calculated in the right way so that when the public knows that they have to come and pay tax, they know exactly what they must do. And all information will be given because that is where the questions are being asked right now by the public because they want to know what to do. They're looking at the chart, they're looking at the form, they're saying that okay, all these documents that have been produced here, it look like I'm moving to the evaluation myself because this basically stated that. So all information needs to be discussed properly before implementing something like this valuation and this tax.
Yes. Gentlemen. And ladies. I agree on your tax process. But I have one thing against the squatter. But you are not charging the squatter anything. You are only encouraging more squatting in this country. What you should do, any band that is close to the squatters, charge them at 10% of what it is. And if they're up here, break them down. You have to do that. I don't do not stay rent in the government houses. Put them out. How many people want to pay rent for a house, man?
Question of the squatters. I don't know who will answer. I just want to know. The question of the squatters. Are they talking about squatters on state land? Or what about squatters on private land? What will happen to them? Are they going to be exempted also? Or only those on state land?
Listen, the logic is quite clear. You know, what is the underlying purpose of a property tax? I think Sunil touched on it. He said that it was a locally implemented tax, and there's a reason for that. Until 1921, the outside of the city, Port of Spain and the what were then boroughs, Arima and San Fernando, the tax was on land. It was an area tax. The reason why buildings were drawn in is because the occupation of buildings imposed on the local authority, the local government, certain expenses, clearing garbage, cleaning drains, doing cemeteries, and a whole bundle of things that were imposed on the government. And therefore buildings were taxed. Now if you follow that logic, then it is clear that squatters